Madison police scour for any leads in the shooting death of a 15-year-old girl. And tonight we're learning police patrolled the area before she was killed, and not just once.
Today's wet weather is just a preview of the rain in the forecast for tomorrow. Alex has the details on just how much rainfall is expected. And
we go inside the courtroom as the last of 3 men charged in the murder of an 11-year-old girl in Madison is sentenced. Hear his apology to the victim's family. You're watching News 3 Now at 6. We woke up to rain, and more of it is on the way for the end of the work week. You'll
want to make sure you have a rain jacket before leaving the house tomorrow, because there will be plenty of wet weather. Meteorologist Alex Harrington has the details in the First Warn forecast.
Yeah, Charlotte, wet indeed. Already a quarter of an inch here at the studios. Just take a look at our Doppler track right now. All lit up with green for all of southern Wisconsin right now. Let's zoom on in here, folks, and zoom into where some of those heavier rain pockets are across southern Wisconsin, down near Dodgeville, over towards Mazomanie, Cross Plains just north of 151, folks. And then looking off towards the south and towards the west, there's perhaps a little bit of a break developing from, let's say, Platteville over to Monroe. And that's moving towards the north and towards the east, towards Dane County. We will see periods of showers and windy conditions on your Thursday night going on into the beginning of your Friday. 6-hour future track here validating those periods of showers across Dane County proper all the way up through midnight. But then alert day conditions really will start to take hold as we go on into your Friday. This is for all of southern Wisconsin. 1, 2, 3 inches of rainfall. Very breezy conditions as well. As we plan that Friday, temperatures in the 50s, periods of showers, a clap or two of thunder, and very windy conditions. Look at this. By the time we get to Saturday at noon, by the time all is said and done, 2 to 3 inches of rain across portions of southern Wisconsin will track the heaviest coming up.
Madison police continue to search for 5 people directly involved in a shooting Tuesday night on the Far East Side, which left a 15-year-old girl dead and 3 others hurt.
It happened outside an apartment complex that is no stranger to law enforcement. Tuesday's murder was the second in nearly 3 months near the Harmony at Grandview Commons Apartments on Milwaukee Street. Since the start of 2020, there have been more than 1,300 calls for police service there. Hours before Tuesday's murder, officers patrolled the area near the complex 12 times, and police have shared these images from surveillance video showing a vehicle. It is believed to be a Lexus SUV pulling up to the area with 4 people getting out and opening fire. A 5th person remained inside that vehicle. Officers found roughly 50 shell casings and damage to multiple homes. Anyone with information that can help police make an arrest is asked to call Madison Area Crime Stoppers. That number there on your screen, 608-266-6014. And in the aftermath of this shooting, the community is coming together once again to ask for support and resources they say they need to end.
Braden Ross is live at the Harmony Apartments, where she spoke to residents and the Madison police officer tasked with community outreach. So, Braden, what did they tell you about this complex?
Yeah, well, I actually reconnected with Alicia Grant today. She's the mother of Devon Grant. He is the victim in that first homicide you were talking about back in July. I actually talked to her back then, but she tells me, you know, it's been this so long and she's still seeing this happen again on Tuesday. She told me the community officer, Victoria, here has been a bright spot in this fight to end this violence, but they both say it's resources that they really need to make this work.
I know I don't live there, but I feel a part of that community.
When Officer Victoria Wickersheim was selected to become one of 6 Madison community police officers, her choice of what district to serve was an easy one.
I worked patrol on the east side for 3 years, and I've seen the calls for service. I've seen the struggles. I've seen the lack of resources that some areas on the east side have, and I have grown a passion on the east side. And
since this summer, she's been working to build relationships with the communities on the east side, especially at the Harmony apartment complex, hoping to curb violence that has left residents living in fear.
A typical Thursday would be me bringing snacks for the kids. Takis are a hit. For them to see Officer Vic is here for them, I think is super important.
And if you ask Alicia Grant, one of those residents of the Harmony apartments, it's working.
The kids see Victoria, they take off running.
Alicia lost her son Devon in a shooting at the Harmony apartments in July. Less than 4 months later, she watched another parent go through the same pain.
When I hear another child passed away through gun violence, it takes me back. And it takes me back to where I just visual my son laying on that floor with blood running up out his mouth.
Officer Wickersheim says it's moments like that that make the job so important.
The minute I showed up, I had 3 community members run up to me and say, Officer Vic, I'm talking to you.
But while Wickersheim is glad to help the community through the hard times, she says the real goal of preventing them is where she'd like to focus.
The closest library to the Meadowlands and the Harmony is 4.5 miles away. I would love to see more resources and more focus on what can we bring these communities, because these locations are not going anywhere.
Now, Alicia has told me she has tried to start youth programs here, but she's always been shut down by the building's owners. Now, we do have a statement here in the last 45 minutes coming in from the company that manages these apartments. It reads in part, quote, "Our team is working with MPD to identify ways to deter future events at the Harmony. This includes working with ownership as they continue their efforts to enhance security on the premises." For now, reporting live on Madison's east side, I'm Braden Ross for News 3 Now.
Braden, thank you. One of 3 men convicted in the 2020 deadly shooting of an 11-year-old Madison girl was sentenced to 15 years in prison.
20-year-old Jerry Ward Jr. pleaded guilty to first-degree reckless homicide as a party to a crime. He was 17 at the time when he and 2 others were arrested for the murder of Anissa Scott. Prosecutors allege Ward, Perry on Carry-On, and Andre Brown were targeting a man driving a vehicle Scott was in, but she was shot instead and later died. Today, Ward apologized to Scott's family and heard from some of her loved ones.
Anissa didn't deserve this. Nobody does. I am so sorry that your family had lost someone so close, young, and innocent because of the ignorance and stupidity of others.
I miss my sissy so much. Some nights I'm laying in my bed, crying myself to sleep, saying I miss my sissy, thinking about memories we had and we can't have anymore.
The other men arrested in connection to Scott's death received lengthier sentences. Brown was sentenced to 35 years in prison, while Carry-On received a 30-year sentence.
Conservative political commentator Ben Shapiro will visit UW-Madison next month. The Young Americans for Freedom chapter on campus is hosting the event. He gave a lecture on campus 7 years ago, and YAF invited him back then. This year's visit will be on November 6th, 7 o'clock at Shannon Hall. It's free and open to the public. The event comes 1 year after another conservative commentator, Matt Walsh, visited campus for the viewing of a film many saw as transphobic. Walsh's visit sparked protests among UW students and the campus community. Lawmakers at the Capitol today approved a slate of transgender-related bills. 2 of the bills would ban trans Wisconsinites from participating in women's sports at the K-12 and collegiate level. Another would ban gender-affirming care. Republicans argued this is necessary to protect young Wisconsinites.
I think we are now seeing around the world that other countries have begun to look and say what science said should be done to minors clearly is wrong.
I hope that you understand the harm that these bills would cause. I, of course, find solace in the fact that these bills will not become law because Governor Evers has vowed to veto them.
Those bills are almost certainly dead on arrival when they hit Governor Tony Evers' desk. Well, the deadline to lose federal funding for daycares is months away, and we are taking a look at the cost to parents here in Wisconsin when it comes to finding and affording child care. That federal funding that helps pay for Wisconsin's Child Care Counts program runs out in January. Estimates put increases in daycare costs at anywhere from 10 to 40%, and parents will pick up the tab. We talked with Carly Olson, who's expecting her first baby this winter, on the cost of care impacts her family.
I remember doing the math and just, being like, that deep breath of like, okay, I know this isn't gonna last forever, and I think it means like you can't do other things while you have kids in childcare that maybe you would have been able to do if it was more affordable.
There are solutions on the table at the state legislature from both sides of the aisle. Tonight on News 3 Now at 10, our Leah Lynchide is breaking down those options, which ones local groups think will work, and what's needed to solve the child care crisis. More local stories still ahead at 6, including a recovery at UW Health.
A double lung transplant, that'd be tough for anyone, but what about doing that at age 17? We'll introduce you to a local teen thriving since his procedure. That's next at 6.
Don't miss Wisconsin's best mattress deals this fall, only at Ashley's Inventory Liquidation event. Find clearance and overstocked mattresses throughout the store at huge discounts while they last, and low monthly payment options, only at Ashley.
The The next generation of streaming is here. Introducing Spectrum One Stream with Spectrum Internet delivering fast and reliable speeds, advanced Wi-Fi for enhanced security on your devices, Spectrum Mobile with unlimited talk, text, and data, and now TV with the all-new Xumo Stream Box. Get Spectrum One Stream with Internet for $49.99 a month, plus free advanced Wi-Fi, a free unlimited Spectrum Mobile line, and the Xumo Stream Box, free when you add Spectrum TV. Call 833-976-4999. With Spectrum and Xumo, all your favorites are brought together in one place. Use the voice remote to search across live TV, on-demand movies and shows, and the most popular streaming apps to watch what you want faster and easier than ever. It's streaming simplified. Get Spectrum One Stream with Internet, advanced Wi-Fi, mobile, and now TV. Go to spectrum.com/stream, a Spectrum store, or call 833-976-4999.
For over 6 decades, Blaine's Farm and Fleet's Toyland has made wishes come true for everyone. Starting Saturday at 7 a.m., the tradition continues during Blaine's Toyland opening weekend. Like half-off select Lego playsets, $4.99 each. These Barbie playsets, your choice, $19.99. And rewards members get 4 Hot Wheels die-cast vehicles for just $3. Plus, rewards members get a free $5 gift card with every $50 Toyland purchase. Blaine's Farm and Fleet's Toyland, where wishes come true for everyone. Starting Saturday at 7 a.m.
Don't miss Wisconsin's best deals this fall. Only at Ashley's inventory liquidation event. Everything must go. Save as much as 60% store-wide. Plus, low monthly payment options. Only at Ashley.
You're watching News 3 Now at 6.
A Madison-raised teenager just returned home from the hospital after getting 2 rounds of lung transplants.
It's rare for anyone to go through this successfully more than once, but especially someone this young. Our Catherine Merck spoke to him for the first time since coming home. Catherine?
When you talk to Josh and his mom, Kelly, they would remind you of a teen and parent pair anywhere. When Josh was told his condition would require a lung transplant, he says it was something he never could have predicted for himself.
I'm Josh from Wanakee High School. I'm 17 years old.
Josh Burden has returned back to Madison after a long health battle, one both him and his mother, Kelly, say took years to push through.
He would tell me, I can't do this anymore. And I had to tell him, you are doing this. You will do this.
During the height of the COVID-19 pandemic in 2020, Josh first started having problems breathing. That eventually led to his first lung transplant.
When I first got admitted, I didn't even think I would be there for like a week.
That would only be the beginning of his journey to get out of the hospital. After he contracted RSV, those replacement lungs started to fail.
The only hope he had for survival was another lung transplant.
Kelly says he was turned away from 20 transplant centers until he was accepted for a second transplant at Northwestern Lung Transplant Center.
It was tough.
With the unpredictable ahead of them, his mother was prepared for the worst and fighting for the best.
They told me it was going to be complicated. I knew that. I knew that going in. And, you know, you just move forward.
Josh is now out of the hospital and back to his home in Madison. There's still unpredictable parts of his life.
Next is finishing high school. It's my senior year. I honestly don't really know what I'm gonna do for the future.
What is certain, having gone through this much, his experiences put him beyond his years. Today, the Wanakee High School student is back at school participating in some of his clubs. He's expected to graduate in May.
Catherine, thank you. And still ahead at 6, some tips for college students managing stress.
Experts say this time of the school year is when first-year students can start to feel overwhelmed. When we come back, we'll share some tips to help alleviate some of that stress.
And expect more rain for your Friday. Alex is back after the break. A complete look at your first warn forecast.
Get 11% off everything at Menards. Prepare for winter and save with a heavy-duty steel frame and waterproof cover. The Auto Shelter Portable Garage is the perfect choice. Get a 10 by 20-foot auto shelter for $299.99 after 11% off. Protect your boats and recreational vehicles with RV and Marine anti-freeze. Its burst-proof protection is formulated to defend against freezing temperatures down to -50 degrees. Get a gallon for $249 after 11% rebate.
Save big money at Menards. From Lincoln Center Theater that brought you The King and I and South Pacific comes a sumptuous new revival of the most perfect musical of all time, My Fair Lady.
At Overture Center, November 21st through 26th. Tickets at overture.org.
Culligan Water takes pride in being your local water experts. We live here, work here, and dedicate our lives to improving our area's water. We deliver the world's best water treatment and the industry's best service to you. Culligan Water, your local water experts.
It's time to celebrate because Steinhoffel's 89th anniversary sale is going on now. Since 1934, Steinhoffel's has been the trusted furniture and mattress destination for quality selection and service. Whether it's your first apartment, first home, or the home of your dreams, Steinhoffel's has something for every style and every budget. And with Steinhoffel's 72-month financing, your new furniture just got more affordable. Stop in today and help us celebrate 89 years. Relax, it's Steinhoffel's.
Are record energy costs putting a squeeze on your fixed or limited incomes? With inflation rising at record levels and incomes not keeping pace, you might be one of tens of thousands of Wisconsin residents who are struggling to survive in the blistering heat of summer or the bitter cold of winter. While you haven't asked for it, the Keep Wisconsin Warm Cool Fund and your local energy assistance providers are here to help. No Wisconsin resident should ever have to face the challenge of living without heat or power or face homelessness. For a hand up, apply today and call 1-800-506-5596. That's 800-506-5596. Or visit www.kwwf.org.
You're watching News 3 Now at 6.
There is a youth mental health crisis, one that's extending to college students and other young adults. The Wisconsin Office of Children's Mental Health says academics and school demands have become the top two stressors for college students. With many colleges here in Wisconsin more than a month into the academic calendar year now, October is a time when students can start to feel a bit overwhelmed. Experts say there are things you can do to help relieve some of that stress. One college student shared with us what helps her.
I like to journal every night especially after long days. I think of it as like a wind down time, relaxation time. It helps me really just release, process emotions, and to just feel more connected and self-aware.
Taking time with friends, participating in extracurricular activities, and finding good coping skills like journaling for Maya can really help with that stress relief.
More rain is on the way for the end of the work week. Here's meteorologist Alex Harrington with the first warn forecast.
Yeah, Charlotte, plenty of rain in our forecast, and we've got plenty of discussion going on my social media. Meteorologist Alex Harrington about our alert day conditions and how it's impacting southern Wisconsin. Impacting because we have showers and windy overnight conditions. Then those real alert day conditions really ramp up on your Friday for heavy rain. Windy conditions lasting all the way into your Saturday. But I know we got the Badger game. We'll be tracking that here in just a couple of moments. Tracking showers from west to east across Dane County proper. Some of the heavier bands, Mount Horeb, right over, well, just north and east of Madison now. And there are a couple of slightly drier spots too. So it's periods of showers expected by our future track model here going on over the course of the next couple of hours. So there'll be some moments where it's a little less rainy, and then there'll be moments where it's a little bit more rainy. But the more consistent rain is on the way. Let's track that here starting at 8 o'clock here on your Friday morning. This is when the showers and maybe a clap or two or thunder will be entering Cross Plains, Verona, then heading towards the east. Look at this, late morning green and a little bit of yellow across all of Dane County. A strong east wind. We'll be looking at wind gusts here in just a moment, but they will be gusty, so hang on to your hats. The peak of these alert day conditions really ramping up by the time we get to 2, 3 o'clock in your afternoon across Dane County, and then we may start to see some more intermittent rain showers and a clap or two with thunder as we go on into your Friday night. But the winds will stay gusty through this entire time frame. That's why we have alert day conditions that we're expecting here to develop really on your Friday for the heavy rainfall lasting into your Friday night, and those windy conditions lasting all the way into your Saturday. For the rest of southern Wisconsin, again, let's track this here. Mississippi River, Viroqua, Boscobel, Platteville by the time we get to 8 o'clock in the morning. Then again, scooting to the east over the Dells, Lone Rock, Mineral Point, Madison by the time we get to the late morning hours, going into the afternoon hours with that strong east wind across the area. Maybe a brief break in the precipitation, but then it sweeps back in as we go on into your late Friday night, carrying on into your Saturday. Ball game, Badger game, 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Look at this. Maybe drying out by the time we get to 2, 3 o'clock in the afternoon, but that strong north wind will continue along with chilly temperatures out there as well. Rainfall amounts across all of southern Wisconsin, 1, 2, maybe a couple pockets of 3-inch amounts by the time this weather system is all said and done. And carrying on here, look at the colors, look at the wind gusts. 30, 35 miles per hour, 40 miles per hour as we go on into your Friday. Maybe a brief dwindle in the winds as we go on into your Friday evening. Then they ramp back up as we go on into your Saturday, carrying on into that Badger game. Winds still clocking upwards of 30 to 35 miles per hour. Then things finally start to quiet down by the time we get into your Saturday evening. Showers, alert day on your Friday, and then the winds will slowly start to decrease once we get past Saturday. Breezy weather carrying on into your Sunday. Then staying fall-like here, folks, in our 10-day forecast. And finally, by the time we get to not this weekend, but next weekend, nice weather returns.
And coming up in sports, it will be an old friend alert at Camp Randall on Saturday, while the Badgers say they can't wait to face Deacon Hill. That's next on News 3 Now.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Make a difference in the world.
Be a mentor.
Young people need a positive role model to succeed and navigate life's challenges. Learn about mentorship opportunities at unitedmadison.com/mentoring. Brought to you by Fearing's Audio Video Security and United Madison.
Feldco's got you covered this fall with 40% off windows and 40% off roofing. Plus, no interest for 1 year. 40% off windows and roofing won't last long. Call now.
Call 866 for Feldco.
Now's the time for a new Leisure Concepts hot tub, so check out this amazing special purchase. This 6x7-foot hot tub seats 4 adults beautifully, has a powerful 3-horse jet pump, LED lights, 24 stainless steel jets, and a thick winterproof cover. The best part, right now it's just $59.95, and that includes delivery and training. Just $59.95 for all this. Get to Leisure Concepts ASAP and get yours delivered now.
From working out to catching up, and of course, game night. Your home is the groundwork for all of life's awesome moments. This is Tom Coyle. My family and I say thank you. We're proud to have been a part of this community for 78 years. And during our 78th anniversary event, carpet installation is just $78. Coyle Carpet One Floor and Home. Beautiful, made affordable. Locally owned and operated since 1945.
Precision engineering, rigorous attention to detail. A Bryant Evolution heating system is so well designed, it's as much of a joy to install as it is to use.
Good to go.
Bryant, whatever it takes.
In Madison, contact Heating and Cooling Incorporated to maximize your comfort and energy savings whatever the season.
Make a difference in the world.
Be a mentor.
Young people need a positive role model to succeed and navigate life's challenges. Learn about mentorship opportunities at unitedmadison.com/mentoring. Brought to you by Fearing's Audio Video Security and United Madison.
A new agritourism adventure sprouts up in the 608.
Tomorrow, Josh takes you to the popular You Pick Farms new location for loads of fall fun.
And we will have an update for the alert day for heavy rainfall potential tomorrow. Join us in the morning between 4:30 and 7.
The Wisconsin-Iowa rivalry renews in 2 days for meeting number 97 between the two programs, and this one has a little twist to it. Deacon Hill is coming back to Madison as the Hawkeyes QB1. The former Badger transferred to Iowa in the offseason and was thrust into the starting job after Cade McNamara tore his ACL 2 weeks ago. Now, Hill really hasn't played since high school, but the Badgers know one thing about him. He's got a big arm.
He's very calm. Doesn't get rattled very easily. He's got a heck of an arm. And so we're going to have to, find ways to rattle him.
Super nice kid who's humble and works hard. So, I'm glad that he's been able to find some success there. And, wishing him the best of luck on Saturday. Hopefully not too much luck.
Kelly Sheffield doesn't talk about rankings, records, or streaks to his team, so I will. As you know, the Badgers are the #1 team in the land and are a perfect 15-0 on the year. One more win, and they'll tie the record for the best start in program history. They haven't lost a Big Ten match since September 25th of last year and have won 21 straight sets. That's dominating your opponent, something Sheffield wants his team to do.
Trying to get your players not to just, all right, where's your opponent, and then try to play just a little bit above that. Every time that you go out, let's try to be as good as what we can possibly be. And and so there's an element of, I want our players to have a mindset of dominating.
Hey, Cole Caulfield started his NHL season the only way he knows how, by lighting the lamp. The former Badger sent a snipe into the back of the net in the third period last night to tie the game up at 3. Montreal, though, would end up losing the game 6-5. Now, get this, in his last 82 games, Caulfield scored 47 goals. Not bad.
My goodness, not bad at all. So the Badgers, they're looking to stay undefeated. Big Ten action resumes. The Iowa Hawkeyes at Camp Randall on Saturday.
Now, we know what Braylon Allen can do on the football field, but what about his skills in the kitchen? Had to see for myself. All right, Chef, what are we cooking tonight?
All right, we do one of our good, healthy dishes here. It's called a Chipotle filet medallion. It's very simple, nice beef tenderloin medallions, seared off on the grill here. We're going to cover them with some sauteed mushrooms and Chipotle au jus. So it's nice and healthy.
Keyword, simple. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right, let's get started. So first, let me ask, you said you don't get to cook as much as you want, but maybe what's your go-to meal to cook?
I would say my favorite thing, kind of a spin-off of what they have here, the Chipotle chicken pasta. Okay. Definitely one of my favorites. So I kind of do something like that. Definitely steak, chicken. But I say the go-to is probably some type of pasta.
And do you feel like you could do this at your house?
Sure.
Maybe next week? So Chef Dave was giving Braylon instructions. Braylon was doing all the work. What you didn't see is just me. I taste tested it.
I'll say whatever Braylon's eating, he's eating the right stuff. I'll say that. Quick final check of the forecast.
Yeah, showers out there right now, but the real heavy stuff will enter our forecast when we go on into your Friday, but still impactful across Dane County. 6-hour future track showing that we will still keep these showers around the area through the evening hours, but again, alert day conditions really take hold on your Friday and breezy for that Badger game on your Saturday, staying fall-like after that.
All right, Alex, thanks. Thanks for joining us for News 3 Now at 6.
Have a great evening, and we'll see you back here at 10.